Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Pranav and I am going to show you myself playing some games and some tricks and traps. So let's get started. I use leeches because it has really good features and it makes easy to play games. So I'm going to show you some traps. So first I'm going to show you the fried liver attack as white. So it starts with e4, e5, knight f6, f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6. Now white plays knight g5. So the plan is plan as there's an X-ray on the weak f7. So he's trying to attack the weak f7 with his knight with the support of his bishop and fork this queen and the rook. So and now if and the defensive move should be this, but there's a trap for white. So after pawn takes, knight takes, you have a knight takes pawn sacrifice. After king takes knight, queen check. If he goes over here, bishop takes knight, and you're clearly winning with an attack over here too. And given this is going to fall. So you're a pawn up, and if over here there's a checkmate, so queen takes check. If queen takes queen, bishop takes check. If bishop takes bishop, and the beautiful mate. And now there's one more variation. So over here, instead of playing this king to e8 or king to g8, he can play this, protecting this knight. After you play this, after you play knight to c3, knight b4 is defending the knight, and the queen is also supporting the knight, even the king. So, but there's a disadvantage for black. Even though black is a pawn down, white is a knight down. After king castling, the game is done for black because the king is in the center. The king has castled and the rook is going to come and straight attack on this e5, half upon e5. So there's no way black is going to survive. So it is a good advantage for black in fried liver attack too. Even though you're a pawn down, you can pressure in this variation. Even though you're a pawn down, you can pressurize white's central pawn. Let's get into the position. And in this move, if knight black can play this. Now there's no threats. The pawn itself is blocking the all the variations. So the game is done for black. And if now you can see that knight is aiming on the bishop, and if the bishop comes also, knight takes bishop, a beautiful exchange, and you're winning. And now if bishop, will rather say bishop, most common, everyone plays this, it's a bishop check on b5, pawn push to defend the check, pawn takes, and then you may be a pawn down, but you're a position up. So you have a central pawn and you're winning. So I'm going to show you another variation for black. So this variation is for black to gain a center pawn. This is again the Italian game. So the Italian game is really famous. Instead of fried liver, he plays this, going with his development. So there's a knight takes pawn sacrifice. Now if knight takes knight, and now black has this beautiful move at forking or attacking the bishop and the knight with queen support. So there are two moves for black. Bishop over here, pawn takes knight, bishop takes pawn. But I would recommend bishop takes pawn, queen takes knight. Queen takes bishop, knight over here, and queen goes back. So this variation is, I think it's way better than the other variation as black, as white. Okay, but there's a good move over here. Now, if he plays this, first bishop takes pawn check. Now, as this knight is falling down, even though he plays this, he can go back, and even though he can gain two central pawns, but the central pawn will be pressurized due to the queen, and after king takes bishop, the king cannot castle, and they're going to be unnecessary attacks. So after this move, the I think black can lose this game. Okay, so I'm going to show one of my games. So I played it day before yesterday. It was called the Doggy Arena. I didn't play completely. So I'm going to show you two games. First it was against Nathan. So I was black. Nathan went with the Italian game. As I said, I played this, and then after bishop takes pawn, queen takes, knight goes back, and now white should be winning because he is going to pressurize, but this move declined that whole variation. But that variation, he was just preparing for queenside castling, and I was protecting the central pawn from other threats. I played this. He There was a blunder over here. Now these two of forked by the pawn. Now bishop over here was not a good move because pawn takes knight. He's still not winning. Now if pawn takes pawn, bishop check, king over here, queen check, and then a mate. So this isn't a good move. So so let's come back. So he played, and now I played pawn takes knight. He played bishop takes queen, and then I played pawn takes queen check. Now I'm gonna get this bishop too. He moved with this bishop support. He could not capture the pawn, and I played pawn takes knight. So over here, actually white was winning. White was winning, but I took the game control after this. So now the pawn is falling. I retreat my bishop. I made my bishop retreat. Rook takes pawn, queen c7, and now the main point is I have to try exchanging the rooks. Now I play pawn first so that my bishop can come over here with and then I can play rook over here with bishop support and try exchanging. So just that what happened. I played rook over here and exchanged it. I'm two bishops up and he's a pawn up. And actually he's not a pawn up, but still. Okay. And now I went for an exchange. Because with my two bishops I can gobble up all the pieces. And then I tried to push my pawns. But I think pawn takes this was not a good pawn takes pawn was not a good move. So because now it allows me to do this. So after bishop over here, king went over that, check, and then one more check, and then one more check, and then the game is done. Maybe yeah, he has this move, and now as it cannot be a stalemate because of these two pawns, so it's a beautiful mate. So I'm going to show you another game. Me versus Aruchess. I smothered him. Maybe not smothered him, but I when killing him ruthlessly. And the same variation, but this time he played this as his variation, as I said. And now I didn't want to exchange my bishops. I gained beautiful attack, and on this pawn pressurizing it. I didn't want this pawn to get pressurized again because of this knight and the queen attacking it, and I wanted a pawn move instead of bishop move white to retreat it for no reason. So he played pawn push. I just said fine, you can play. Knight takes knight, bishop takes, and now I went back, retreat. This move was almost dead for me, but with this move I got saved. So now I wanted so I wanted to attack on this file because it's an open file with this, and he castled on the queen side. I tried getting my h file advantage again. He played this, which was really good move. I tried pressurizing it, and now over here it's a beautiful tactic. Rook takes bishop. If rook takes bishop, again I got my advantage. So, but this what happened in the game. Rook takes bishop, he played pawn takes rook, and I pinned his rook to the king. He continued with his attack. I thought I lost in this position. Pawn takes should be the best move, but I tried getting my king. Pawn takes was the best move. He could kill my pawn, but he played rook takes pawn, and he weakened his pawns over here, and then these two pawns were falling, and then I tried pushing this pawn, but then he gave me an advantage to attack from this direction. So pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, and then he went cobbling up this pawn. I went this side, and then I cobbled his pawns. I just didn't want to waste time, so I tried getting both my pawns together and promote and checkmate him. So that's what just happened. And check, and it was beautiful mate. Thanks for watching. If you think this is helpful, so please share, and if you like it, please click on the like and don't forget to subscribe. Meet you in the next video.